Welcome to Anti-Aging Insights, where age is a state of mind and aging is a treatable condition. And now, here is your host, Dr. Teri Fisher.
Hey there, and welcome to this week's podcast. This is a special one. I am featuring yet another member of our incredible team at Anti-Aging Medical and Laser. This is Germaine Sellis. She is our newest member of our team, and she is one of the friendly faces that greets you when you come in the door. She also works on our phones. And in addition to introducing you to her and some of her roles at the clinic, she has had some treatments herself at the clinic, and she talks about her own personal experience about having treatments. So if you're wondering a little bit about who you meet when you come into anti-aging or what it's like to have a treatment, then this episode is for you. Oh, and just before we get to it, I just want to mention you may hear a little bit of laughing at certain times in the background. This was a day that we were doing a lot of social media in our clinic, and the staff was having a lot of fun. So if you hear some chuckles, that is why you are hearing that. And also the sound is a little bit different because we have different microphones on site. So let's get right into it. Here is Germaine Sellis. Hello, Germaine. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you.
This is great to have you. And you are our newest member of the team. So I get to learn more about you in addition to sharing information with you to the rest of the audience as well. So with that said, can I ask you a little bit about your background? Where are you from? What's your story? How did you get to where we are today? You don't tell me every single little detail, but you know the main highlights.
Yeah, I have been in a handful of medical clinics in the past few years. Plastic surgeries first. And most recently at plastic surgery where large procedures were being done. So this is a bit of a departure for me. It's new. It's more beauty focused, I think more refined. It's sort of the finishing touches, but a really nice transition for me in terms of my learning curve and where my experience and what I've seen in the industry so far.
That's really interesting, the refined finishing touches. I like that. Mm-hmm. I want to come back to that. Are you from here? Where are you from?
Born and raised in Calgary, came to the coast for university. So this is very much my home now, and have my children here, and Vancouver's home.
Great. What did you study in university?
French literature and music performance.
I love this. I'm learning so many cool things.
Yes, quite. Not really in this business, but I have an eye. I love art. I love beauty. So there's an interesting connection there for me.
Amazing. I could talk to you all day about music performance stuff. Okay. I'm a musician as well. What's your
I was a violinist. Yeah.
I started playing violin when I was 3.
Oh, you beat me. I was 8.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. That's a whole nother conversation for another time. Yeah. That's very cool. Okay. Now you're here. Great to have you. And I just want to pick up on that little piece that you said about refine the finishing touches. That's really interesting. Can you just tell me a little more about what your thoughts are on that?
Well, I think that what I see happening at anti-aging is addressing the details that women, mostly women, I will say, are searching for in terms of how they're going through life, how they're getting older, concerns about how they used to look, how they'd like to look as we age. And what I like here is that I do see a little bit of a pushback against a cookie cutter look. I think that we are very much more about looking better as who you are than completely changing your appearance. And as a woman myself, as someone who's looking at aging and also as a mother of daughters, I want a realistic and a soft approach to it. Mm-hmm. I don't think we all need to look the same. So I love that every woman comes out of here looking great, looking fresh, looking smoother, rejuvenated, just a better version of how they came in. It's very exciting.
That's great. I love everything you said, which is why I think you're a perfect fit for what we do here, which is fantastic. Natural results, personalized results, mm-hmm. Nothing crazy over the top. Mm-hmm. That's great. Let's share with the audience a little bit about what you do here now. Since you've joined us, like what is your role? What do you do on a daily basis? How would their interaction be with you when they come in?
I'm the first person you see and the last person you see, the person you generally talk to on the phone. My main priority is to make sure that you're transitioning from the front door to the practitioners, that you're feeling comfortable. I'm here to help with products after the fact, just to curate the experience and help with the sort of seamlessness of the details that go between rooms and your experience as a whole in the clinic.
Yeah, and I think that's key. I think that's a really important thing for clients and to understand that it's not just about the treatment. Also, it's actually people are choosing to come to see us, and we want it to be a great experience. That's amazing. You've had some treatments or a treatment, and if you're okay, I wonder if you can share what the experience was like for you, and so people can have a sense also from that side of the chair.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I had filler. It was really interesting. It was a little scary. I can't say that I'm a fan of needles. So that was something that I had, I'd had a lot of trepidation about through my life. I had a treatment with you and with Dina, and I think it was surprising in that it didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. It was a very pleasant ambiance in the room. I found that you were both extremely gentle. I wasn't in pain. I wasn't scared. After the fact, I think that the transition from finding or experiencing the filler and then after the fact, getting used to something inside my face was not something I was used to, and reconciling what I was seeing in the mirror as opposed to what I was feeling under the skin was new.
That's interesting. It's a really interesting perspective. It's really interesting to hear that. And when you say feeling under the skin, do you mean just generally now sitting there, or do you mean when you touch those areas?
Initially, for the first couple of days, I could feel it without touching. Now, when I wash my face, I can feel, for example, a small spot where there's filler. And as Paula very aptly described it, is that the filler builds a bit of architecture back that you lose through time. And for me, at my age, I felt that there was an issue under my eyes. So the architecture was built up a little bit over the cheek and the eye bags disappeared, which I didn't think they would.
It's amazing. Well, as a practitioner, it's really incredible to see the results and to see the reaction of people.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and that was just one treatment. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So why don't we wrap up with the question that I've been asking other staff members here, is just if somebody calls up or they're not sure if they should come in or are struggling, what sort of message would you give to people that are maybe inquiring about our services for the first time? Any tips or any suggestions?
I tell everybody that there is somebody with some expertise regarding each and every concern that they will have that we can help with. So if it's beyond me, I immediately am suggesting that people come in for consultations. I think that the best thing to do right off the bat is to have the consultation with a physician and with the estheticians. It's an array of treatments and plans that can be put together for each person. I think that there is no one fix. I don't think, for example, the Botox will fix you. I think that it is a cluster of things it will fix. So you need to treat your skin condition. You need to treat your wrinkles. You also want to use some laser. I think that the best results are going to come from the constellation of everything that you can have. And it will take time. And I think that it's a good idea to take time. But there is somebody in this clinic who can answer the question you have without fail, without hesitation, that there is a level of expertise that is pretty astonishing here.
That's wonderful to hear. Thank you for taking the time. It's a pleasure to have you here, part of the team. Again, thanks for participating in the podcast. I'm sure that listeners it'll be nice and comforting for them to learn a little bit about you. And if they come in the door and they meet you, then they already know your voice.
I hope so. Yeah.
Thanks again. Well, that was a really fun episode for me to produce. I hope you enjoyed that one as well. As you heard, I'm going to have to chat with Germaine a little more about our musical backgrounds. And if you play an instrument, let me know that during our consultation, because I'm always interested in hearing that as well. Again, a big thanks to Germaine. Germaine is wonderful to have in our clinic, and she is one of the great, fantastic, smiley personalities that you will meet when you come to our clinic. Feel free to reach out to us, as always, at our clinic, Anti-Aging Medical and Laser, or you can reach out to me through Instagram or on my website at drterifisher.com. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of Anti-Aging Insights. Stay tuned to discover more of the latest news, treatments, technologies, and developments in non-surgical cosmetic and anti-aging medicine. For more inspiration, to access the show notes, or to book an appointment with Dr. Fisher, Dr. Frame, or any of the other anti-aging professionals, please visit our website at antiagingvancouver.com. Until next time, stay inspired and live life well.